secret of the universe that we're talking about today has to do with implementation, the secret of implementation. And to go a little bit deeper now into what those of you who are just tuning in the last segment, I talked about how last night about 1 in the morning, I went to bed and was completely exhausted, but my brain was turned back on by the ending of the book that I was listening to. There was a talk show host that was interviewing the author, and it was so interesting to listen to that author talk. And one of the things that I have never related to is writer's block. I would not consider myself an author. I write a lot of things. I write articles. I publish a lot of things. I blog. But when I need to write something, it flows. I've never had the problem of I don't quite know what to write. Now, does that mean I write genius things? Well, I think that's part of writer's block, is they only want to write genius things. I'm perfectly happy just writing whatever it is I need to get done, and we're good to go. But part of that writer's block comes from the seeking to be the very best, both in the authorship as well as themselves as a person, but they get so tied up in perfectionism sometimes that they can't just let loose. And this is where we ended the last segment of the show, is that Elaine was mentioning that it's a good idea to have a piece of paper by the bed, and your mind is just whirling with all the things that need to get done. Pause and just write them down, and then you can go to bed knowing that they've been written down. So my problem is that when I do that, I could keep on writing about all the things that I need to get done until 6 in the morning, and the alarm goes off. So, and literally I've done that before. So I actually discovered something that changed my life, and I want to share this today. It's something that to most of us sounds so boring. It just sounds so boring, but it's the most exciting thing out there, because it is the Get Things Done program. There is actually a book called Get Things Done, and I'm a little bit I'm on the other side of it. I'm a Stephen Covey guy, just a Franklin Covey Leadership Institute type of guy, which means that I believe in the different roles that you play in life, that when you put your to-dos down, you want to categorize them according to what you want to accomplish, and to accomplish balance. Get Things Done is just exactly that, get things done. And so the two types of, the way that people think about being implementers, the Get Things Done people, they just assume that internally when you put down you want to get something done, then you just go get it done. And they prioritize according to whatever your set of priorities are. There's not a real science behind setting your priorities. What I like about the Franklin Covey Institute's programs is they talk about becoming centered as a person, getting your vision statements down, your mission statements down, your long-term goals set, your midterm goals set, your short-term goals set, and then your daily activities spawn out of that, including the roles that you have. So there's a software that finally, the big infighting that goes on between the Get Things Done people and the Franklin Covey people is resolved by a product called GQueues. And they're not an advertiser on the show. I am just religiously a fan. I'm almost as big a fan of GQueues as I am of Trusted Team. Trusted Team changed my business life. GQueues is changing my personal life, and I absolutely love it. Here's what GQueues is. And if you go to gqueues.com, GQueues, don't blame me, I didn't name it. And I think it's kind of quaint, because the idea is GQueues, the play on Gentleman's Quarterly magazine, and it's for classy people who want to have a classy implementation style. And I absolutely love the product. It was created by a guy, if you can go online and kind of read his story. He had an overactive brain like me, and just had all kinds of things he needed to do, so much so that he was depressed. I mean, nobody can relate to that. You have so much to do, you get depressed, right? So he got depressed about all the things that he needed to do and didn't know how to organize it. And so he decided to create a software program that allows him to get things done in a prioritized way that's according to your principles. So I absolutely love what he has created. He's very personally involved with his product. And in fact, if you go on the message boards, I mean, he'll interact, he'll talk, he'll discuss. You post something, and he'll respond almost immediately. He has hundreds of thousands of, in fact, I think it wasn't hundreds of thousands. I think he's into the millions now of users of GQueues. But here's the thing that caps it all off is it's the only task management program that I know of that integrates with Gmail. So all of you Gmail fans out there, if you're using Google Tasks, what he did is he took what Google was supposed to do with Google Tasks and turned it into an intuitive, wonderful, refreshing program that helps you get things done. So the Get Things Done people, if you go on there and read the reviews and about the Get Things Done people, they love it. The Franklin Covey people struggle with it a little bit until they realize some of the labeling capacity that it has, and it's absolutely beautiful. So what I love about this product is that it is in queue format. So let me educate people about queue format. Queue format is project management made simple. Project management sounds big and CEO-ish, C-level-ish. It sounds like it's going to be way too complicated. And really, project management with Gantt charts, it's overcomplicated for your personal life anyway. So if we stay away from the overcomplication of it and just say, I want to get things done, what the queues do is it allows you to put a subject down. So for example, let's say I want to prepare for my talk show today. Let's say a week ago that I want to prepare for this talk show. I would put prepare for talk show. Then I would start brainstorming all the different things. Need to make sure the DJ shows up with the camera equipment. Need to make sure I get the guests. We need to get a better tripod so that it has a smoother, for the YouTubers out there, they get a little bit smoother view when we transition between the host and the guest. So these are just, these are subtasks underneath it. And then you can put subtasks under subtasks under subtasks for an infinite number of subtasks. Now, he did call me out. Cameron is his name. He and I are on first name basis now. The creator of the product is Cameron, and he called me out for being a little bit overusing the product. I have so much floating around in my head, and I use the Google Voice function, voice to text, whatever you want to call it, and literally I'm talking into my phone every time an idea comes up. If I'm in a meeting, I'll either text it or I'll voice to text it into my phone. I have thousands of tasks in there, but guess what? Those tasks are, you can drag the priorities on everything. So you can, it has categories. You can organize the categories that are most important. It has queues, and you can prioritize up and down just by dragging it up and down what's important. And then you can also prioritize the subtasks based on what's important. So you actually have your high-level projects, and then when you have an idea, because this is essentially what happens to an ADD person. I am not admitting ADD status. But what happens to an ADD person, I'm an overbusy person, which then sometimes I wonder, people wonder if I'm ADD at times. But the reality is that I'm very focused. I have an engineering background, and I love this tool because when I am tempted to deviate, that I just put it into my to-do list in the category it belongs to and keep on trucking on the project that's important in front of me. And also the other thing I absolutely love is when you edit, you can actually put a date and a time on it, and when you do, it goes on your Google Calendar. And it will automatically put an alarm. So all day long, my important tasks that I've prioritized, I have a little earpiece that some holistic doctors would recommend that I don't use the Bluetooth in my ear, and that's another discussion for another show. However, It's always talking to me. Yeah, you have something coming up, you have a project due. All of this is coaching throughout the day. It's the most amazing way to get things done, and not only just get things done, but stay within your integrity. So when we come back from break, we're going to talk for just a few minutes. It's going to be a short break because we've gone a little long. We're going to talk about roles and goals and how those all fit together through GQueues. So again, go to GQueues.com and you will find Cameron's amazing product there. And I hope it will change your life like it's changed mine. It absolutely manages my life. I love it. So go check it out. Don't go away after the break. This is Kurt Wilhelm, your host here on the Social Universe here on Voice America. When we come back, we'll have Elaine talk a little bit too about how to organize your life. We'll be right back.